Hey guys, today in this video I want to give an in-depth look of the shop and kind of just the layout and how I have everything set up, just to give y'all ideas and maybe get some ideas back from y'all in the comments. So we'll start out here on the outside. There's the buckets that we use to clean the cars because we still hand wash all the vehicles. Here's an extension cord that we have out here for when we're vacuuming the vehicles. And then on this side there is one of these floor mat hangers. There's a couple on the side as well, so whenever you clean the floor mats they can hang if they're wet. And so this is the layout. We have vinyl flooring, and then this is the lift. It's a 6-foot lift. I'll show you a little bit later how it works. And then this is just a table that I have out here for when I'm working on vehicles. You know, you have more place to store parts as you're working on them. So we'll start off on this corner. Here we have a floor jack. Well, we have 2 floor jacks. And typically this area is where I'll lift the vehicles using the floor jacks. And then as I said, the other side has the lift. So that way we have access to 2 vehicles at a time. And here I just have a couple things hanging: the broom, sweeper, and then some jack rods and some pucks for the floor jacks, chocks. And then here I have my to-do list of the vehicles. It's kind of just a extensive list of every vehicle and things I notice, and then I'll order parts, and then that way I can just cross them out as they come in. And then here we have a safety mirror. We have 2, one here in the front. Well, actually we have 3, and then one up there, and then one up there. I want to get some more, but pretty much what I use them for is whenever I pull in a vehicle, I know how far in to go. And then on this side I can see, so I can close the garage door, make sure I'm in far enough. Fire extinguisher, light switches, compressor, and the exhaust fan. So it's connected to the power outlet over there. For the exhaust fan, I can turn on and off from here. And the compressor, if I don't want it to run at a certain time, I can turn it off here. And then the inside lights, they're all on one switch. And then the fan has 4 speeds. So sometimes in the summer days, if I don't want to close the doors, I'll turn the fan, and it gets pretty cool in here. It's a pretty good fan. And then here's the outside light. I forgot to show you that. But it also runs through an app, so I can also, if I'm inside and I forget to turn it off, I can turn it off. It's also on a timer, so it only turns on during sunset, or after sunset, I guess. Anyways, here's some trash cans, recycle, and a creeper. And behind the creeper, I have the breaker box with everything labeled as well. We have these shelves, these wooden shelves that we put up. Mostly just for storage, tires, like the good tires, and then all the bins. Some of this stuff is stuff I'm selling on eBay from old vehicles that we have, and some stuff is stuff that we keep from vehicles that we've sold, and or parts that are still good and they just get replaced, and you just never know. I'm kind of one of those people who will find a purpose for everything. There's a lot of these bins also throughout the shop, just trying to maximize space. We have these shelves. And as you can tell, this is not very well organized, I'll tell you that. I have Velcro, tape, random stuff, a torch, disinfectant wipes. And then here we have this long table, very heavy. I think it's like 300 pounds. I think it's 8 feet long. Typically they're not this clear, but I do like to try to keep things clean. And we have this table vise. It's a small, like 4-inch, I believe, but it swivels. Love this thing. And then we have this oil extractor, which I use on the Mini Cooper and the Fiats that we got recently. And then we have steel toe shoes, so whenever we're working in here, I'll switch out shoes, because you never know when you're working on the lift, something could fall, you can hurt yourself. And then down here we have jack stands. I have a bunch of them. I also have these Ron stands, I think they're called. which are pretty cool because you can, the same place that you lift the vehicle from, you can have this set up in there. And then so the jacking point is also the point where the jack stand goes, or the Ron stand goes. So only one place to lift and one place to set it. It's pretty cool. I have two. At some point I'll buy more, but they're kind of expensive. And then I have this oil drip pan. Actually I have two of them. Because you know, sometimes we have vehicles that are leaking and I just don't want to have to clean them up, or you know, out there in the cement, I don't want them leaking all over the cement. So we have those. And there's this stool right here, and a cheap computer that I bought just so I can you know, order parts, or you know, look up diagrams. So I'll do that while I'm here, and I don't mind getting this computer dirty. I said it's a very cheap computer. I have a lamp here with magnifying glass. It's pretty cool. So I'm tinkering with things, I can do them here. We installed this window whenever they built the shop, so get some good lighting in here. And then this is kind of funny. This is mostly from vehicles that are brought back to us. That are vehicles that are rented out. I mean, it's mostly a collection of money that they've left in there. So I think it's over $100 in here now. I think it's like 108 last time I checked. So we plan on going somewhere out to eat using that money, kind of as a present to ourselves from the guests. And then this is from Harbor Freight. It's just a very cheap tool set. As you'll notice throughout this video that I buy a lot of things from Harbor Freight. And here's one of them, a little tripod. And then also this small toolbox, Yukon, Harbor Freight. Just little things I use for tinkering. LED light. This is where I'll assemble keys or disassemble them with this. And again, if you're interested in anything, just timestamp it, and I'll be sure to find like an Amazon link or something for you if you have any questions on anything that I'm using here. But here's some more bins, some towels, masks, mechanic towels, gloves. Typically, you know, we use the 7mm gloves or the 5mm. These are a lot more disposable, but these, you know, if they're not that dirty, they actually last a long time, so I like to keep them. Just throw them back in here. What else do we have? Ear protection, cloth gloves, mechanic gloves, safety goggles, safety glasses, and then just like hand cleaning stuff. This is the sink area. Let me zoom out so you know where we're at. So this is the sink area. You know, it's got hot water and cold water. Here's the Insta Hot, and just a mirror because I always have grease on my face. And then this refrigerator was actually given to me by a friend, so that's great to have in here. Sometimes I'll stick like bushings or something in here. You just never know when you need to install something. You know, putting it in the freezer overnight makes it a tiny bit smaller, so it makes it a little bit easier to install. I have a bunch of magnets from Rock Auto. I'll show you over there later. And then, you know, we have waters and teas and coffees and stuff like that. Oh, and then there's the assault gun, because there's always a lot of flies in here throughout the summer. And here's the other safety mirror. And this is pretty much the charging station. So, you know, we have car batteries. There's the car battery charger, a lot of wires, USB-C, micro USBs. And then this is where I charge the 20-volt batteries. And then there's flashlights, this thing. Pretty much everything that needs to be charged goes in here. There's a jump starter, another flashlight. It's not fully finished, as you can tell, but oh, here's some more flashlights. But yeah, this is their charging station. And then we do like to maximize space, since it's not a huge space, so I do like to stick things on the wall. There's a lot of hooks everywhere. So those are the zip ties there. Some really big zip ties back there. And then extension cables, power strips, things like that. And then now to the toolbox. This is a toolbox made out of a lot of toolboxes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 toolboxes. These I just stacked together. I think these were like $100 each at Home Depot. And then that one was like $130 maybe. That one was actually a Yukon, but I took off the label just so it could match the other ones. But anyways, I kind of just like started building it slowly. So this is kind of the layout that I have now. And just have some hammers that are hanging. I don't, because they're kind of heavy. Don't really want those in the drawers. Nothing really up there, so just a clock mostly. Bunch of old license plates. At some point I'll hang these. And then I'm gonna go through each drawer, just kind of give you an idea of what I have and how I have it set up. So I like to label things, as I said, just because I forget where everything is, and this helps me a little bit. So there's mirrors. That's actually a temperature gun. And then on this one we have knives and scrapers. As I said, I go to Harbor Freight a lot, so there's a lot of icon tools. Some more knives and scrapers. And then anything that has to do with batteries, you know, terminals, battery tester, cables, just random things. These are pretty good for when the leads are kind of loose. Battery cleaner. And then this one we have tiny screwdrivers, a lot of tiny screwdrivers. Some of these, you know, I don't mind if they break and things like that, or so I like to keep them because you just never know. And then some more screwdrivers. Bought these on eBay, like a 25 pack. And then Allen's, Hex, you know, this the icon ones and colored ones kind of help you. And then these are disposable ones that I've just kept over time. And picks here, a lot of picks, radiator picks, you know, things like that. Going down, we have, so this is gonna be the standard sockets, and on the other side I have the metric sockets. I don't really have a lot of standard sockets or wrenches, so that's pretty much the gist of it. But yeah, these are my standard sockets and wrenches. And then next, we have bits. So anything that has to do with the bits are in here. Security bits, these ratcheting. And then these are pretty cool because I have way too many bits, and this helps with the layout of them. So these are pretty cool. There's actually two of them. And then this one's another drawer that's not complete, but anything that has to do with the rotary tool, which is not in here. But anyways, here's some rotary accessories. Yeah, tiny things. And then down here are drill bits. So anything that has to do with drill bits are in here. A lot of drill bits. Okay, moving forward to the bench. This is whenever I'm working on a car right here, I like to have anything that involves that car right here. And then when I'm working on a car in the lift, I'll use a table. Okay, so this one's actually a heavy drawer. So I had to lock it. I had to put this lock since these are cheap toolboxes that don't come with locks. Anyways, in here we have pry bars, long extensions, a serpentine belt, and torque wrenches. Torque wrenches, serpentine belt, some brushes, you know, for disposable for when I'm using them glue or some kind of chemical. And the pry bars and things like that, other miscellaneous things. Oh, there's some more torque wrenches up here. Split beam torque. I think this one goes up to like 250 or 300 pounds. This is specifically for wheel lug nuts. Has a preset 80, 100. I think it goes all the way to 160. And then this one is a 3/8. I think it goes up to 200. But so here I have like a cheat sheet for some of the vehicles that we have. So you know, I look up okay, the Ford Escape, 100 foot-pounds. So I'll just set this one and then go around tightening all the lug nuts. 1/2-inch ratchet that don't fit in the drawers. Oh, and then here we have one of my favorite tools, the negotiator. Huge pry bar. You know, when you do motor mounts or like when things don't want to come out. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you before I get too far along is that we have lights under the shelves and a couple here and there. And there's a remote that it's just, the remote just controls the outlet, but you can use it for anything. So this one's actually motion. See, I didn't touch anything, but so there's a motion detector right here. So whenever you walk into the shop through the store, the light will turn on. Sometimes, you know, I'm carrying things and I can't touch the switch. So this helps me because I can see where I'm going, put the stuff down, then go turn on the lights. But as far as this remote, let me show you. Yeah, there you go. Number 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, we just had some lights left over that because we bought a bunch of them to hang above, and then we just had some left over, so I just ended up putting them under the shelves and around the shop, and some here because it helps. Like, you know, having these lights right here when you're working on a car right here, you can't go wrong with too much lighting. But anyways, back to this tool chest. So we have in this drawer anything that has to do with tires, plugs. These are the, when we're working on European cars, or you know, it helps you hold the wheel up. And then here we have slip joint pliers, adjustable wrenches, and specialty pliers. I'm sorry, it wasn't on. So yeah, just random pliers, kind of like, oh, here's a tiny. What else we have? We have bigger adjustable pliers, specialty pliers. Yeah, just for hose clamps. This one's kind of cool. It switches direction. So you pull on it. So when you squeeze on it, it tightens, and then you switch this. When you pull on it, it gets it wider. A bunch of stuff like that. Some more pliers, locking pliers, and cutting pliers. Honestly, I don't really have a brand I stick with. At first, you know, it was Milwaukee, but then that got to be too expensive. So, I mean, I do everything. You know, here's Hart, which is sold at Walmart, and I think Hyper Tough, that's Hyper Tough, it's sold at Walmart also. And, you know, I've also bought things at flea markets, Pittsburgh, which is Harbor Freight, and just, I mean, anyway, Amazon. These are actually like cheap ones that I found in vehicles that we had before. So I like to keep them all. It's actually an empty drawer right now, nothing in here. Flashlights. Bunch of flashlights. I even have some more charging. These Harbor Freight gave away for free, so I had a bunch of them. Icon, and then these are Braun, and then these also are good for when you're working on a vehicle. You stick these on the hood. Very bright. Really like those. So a lot of flashlights, fuses, and things for GPS and Bluetooth. So I keep them all here. All various sizes. Electrical tools, you know, multimeter, you know, tapes, to cut wire looms, to test electric wires. This one's kind of cool. You hold, you can use this to hold two wires together while you crimp them, or, you know, solder them together. So a bunch of things. Here's another similar tool. You stick the wires in there, and then you can use these to hold them together. If that makes sense. So everything that's electrical goes in there, and then here are all the electric wires. So whenever we buy a vehicle and there's old GPS trackers or something, I like to keep them because, you know, the wires are still good. So a lot of wires. I mean, they're all just kind of in here. So whenever I need anything, I'll just come grab a wire. Just plenty of wires. And then some USBs to make, so you just like 12 volt and ground makes a USB. Oh, relays and things like that. So anything electrical goes in here. And then now this one, what do we have here? A lot of these magnet cup things, because helps keep organized so you don't lose any bolts and things like that. If I show you some over here, some of the bigger ones. Very hard to pull apart. A battery carrier. Here's the temperature right now. It's kind of humid. But anyways, back to this. Lug nut sockets. Some more gloves. Brake cleaner. A lot of brake cleaner. We have a lot of brake cleaner here. 1/2-inch extensions. Torque extensions. So the 1/2-inch, just various ones, you know, wobble. And then this one you hold while you can do the impact. And then these are preset to certain foot-pounds. Don't really use those as much as I like. Anything has to do with fuel lines, like not a lot. Oil change tools. So anything that helps take off the filter goes in here. And then two of those actually, two oil change drawers. Some more extra plugs, and the washers, crush washers. Trim tools, just things to remove the dash and clips. So, I mean, there's even like these little picks. Wrenches, 7 through 14 millimeter. So, anything that's within that size. And again, I have like all kinds of brands, Pittsburgh, Stanley, just things I've had throughout the years. I don't even know what brand this is, CRV, Pittsburgh. I also have like the ratcheting style. It's also swivel. So anything I have, I'll keep for pretty much forever. And this drawer is actually 15 to 25 millimeters, so a lot bigger. Wrenches, and then there's also like specialty wrenches. And then these offset wrenches, I think they're called. I forget the name. And then anything has to do with spark plugs or O2 tools. These are pretty cool because they're magnetic. This is the long one. I think it's a 12 point. Yeah, that was for a Scion that we had. This tool helps you gap the spark plugs. Here's the gauge for it. O2 tool. Working our way down. Metric sockets, as I mentioned, this side is the metric, the other side is standard. So I have a lot more metric sockets, impact ones, and then just a bunch of like extras. So these are 1/4 inch, 3/8, and then 1/2 inch, and then a bunch of 10s that Harbor Freight sells, and then just like random sizes, 32 and 27 and things like that. Extras. Ratchets. Here are some ratchets. 1/2 inch. This one's kind of interesting. It's like you can set the offset you want for it, and you lock it. It's hard to do with one hand, but yeah, you like that. And then some extension ratchets. This one's actually in the wrong place. 1/4 inch, so 1/4 inch over. This one's kind of cool. Hard to do with one hand, but instead of using it, well, you can use it as a ratchet, but you can also turn it. You turn the handle. And so when you're in tight spaces, you can turn the handle, and it'll I'm doing it backwards. You turn the handle, and the head spins. Some crow's feet. These are, I like these. They're real skinny ratchets. This one has a bunch of angles to it. I forgot what these are called. Chain driven something. That's a brand, I guess. And then these pass-through sockets and ratchet, Walmart. And then next we have the brakes. So anything has to do with brakes, opening the calipers, these and those. It's a ratcheting one. For drums, to clean the brake, the hubs and stuff like that. Rear brakes, picks. Not picks, punches, I mean. And then this is kind of cool. It's for brake lines. So if you take apart brake lines, this will hold. It's kind of like a formatted just to hold the brake fluid from coming out. Don't really like this one. It's from AutoZone. Never OEM tools does not work very well. It comes off very weak. Don't recommend that one. And then down here we have any air tools, air hammer, and air impact. So this just reminds me to oil them every time I use them. So here's the air hammer, uses all these different kind of bits, and then we have this like stubby air impact, which I really like, really strong. I don't see a lot of videos on this, but I really like it. Since Harbor Freight doesn't sell a stubby Hercules brand, so I ended up getting an air tool. Oil, and then just like pipe thread sealant. So that's what all this is right here. Different, just different adapters and things like that. So that's pretty much the whole tool chest. We have 1/2 inch sockets here, impact sockets. We have Phillips head screwdrivers, and then some attachments. I forgot to show you this side, but I stacked 2 of them so you can stick the long ones through. Same thing on this side. These are the flathead ones, and the longer ones you can stick them through like that. Extensions, wobble extensions. These are 3/8 and 1/4 inch. Nothing really up here. Scale. This is what I use to clean the tools. And then, oh, this is to hold the brake pedal. So whenever I need or the gas pedal, whenever I need anything to do with that, and I'm by myself, I can do that. A lot of clips. When I'm gluing things together, bigger clips, stronger clips. Here's the Hercules Impact. Very heavy, but that's for mostly my go-to for when something's stuck or for wheels. I think this is just a drill. Yeah. Air tools, R134 and R1234, and then just a single air tool, LED light. Right now we have the Christmas lights up. Had some extra Christmas lights, so we put them here. That's the vacuum, the shop vac, air compressor. So I like it because it's pretty quiet compared to other air compressors, but I have very sensitive hearing, so I wear these a lot. Back strap, and then these are kind of cool. You stick them when you're working on the hood of a car, under the hood of a car, so that you can just have like a little work area right there. There's another one right there. And then here's the hose reel. I think it's like 30 feet. Oil tank for when we're doing oil changes. So once this oil tank is full, you can pressurize it, and then using this tube right here, you can put it in containers. So what I do is I put it in containers, and then I take it to Walmart. They take up to 20 quarts at a time. So that's pretty much how I get rid of our used oil, if anybody was wondering that. Oh, this is kind of a cool tool right here. It's a magnetized, you can use it to pull plugs. So you don't have to get your hand all hot. And then an electric reel. Had a different style, but I really like this one now. Helps you, so you don't have to like wrap it up. You just pull on it, and it's got 3 plugs. Before I forget, let's go to my little dolly here. Just kind of real quick, impact sockets. I use 3/8 more than anything. And then here's just like a set of screwdrivers, a flathead and Phillips, picks, Walmart brand, the Harbor Freight beam tool. I use it every now and then. Let me show you, in case you haven't seen it. And then I stuck a 8mm and a 10mm in here since it fit. And it closes. Markers and things like that. Ratchet, flex head. I have a short one and a long one, or I guess a long one and a longer one. Pretty much any kind of plier. So I have needle nose pliers, cutting pliers. These pliers, I forget what they're called. I forget what everything's called, but they're kind of cool. They have this slit in them. If I can focus. Yeah. And then, let me see what else I have. Just all kinds of pliers for hoses. These are kind of cool too. Like they're like locking adjustable pliers. So they're not wandering around. Oh, these are actually my favorite pliers right here. They're the Icon brand, Knips style, Nipix or whatever it's called. I love those. Impact drivers. And then 3/8 one. A bunch of sockets like hex. And then this one is Torx and e-Torx, I believe. Here's some Torx. You never know what kind of vehicles have them or need them. Some more screwdrivers, smaller in size. It's not closing now. Sorry, the camera's all over the place. Electric ratchets, long head. These are 12 volts from Harbor Freight. Brake cleaner, gotta have that. Magnets, brake pad gauges, a lot of magnets everywhere, a lot of razor blades everywhere. Down here, some pry tools, brushes, random tools, you know. Oh, those are, what do you call those? Those are low profile sockets. This is kind of cool for removing electrical clips. Sorry, it's not focusing. There you go. And then impact bits So gotta have that. I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. Oh, measuring tape fell out. But yeah, impact bits, really cool. Random sockets or hex, I guess, for oil changes and stuff like that. Adapters. Yeah. I mean, if anybody wants a video showing something else, just let me know in the comments and I can always come back and do another video. Air tools. So we have, so I guess a spray gun, longer one. Oh, this is kind of cool. Under hood lights, using those icon lights. I don't know if you can see it, but it attaches to the hood of the vehicle. There we have the mini split and an exhaust fan. So whenever, you know, we turn on a vehicle in here and there's way too much smoke or anything like that, it helps vent it out. Oh, it's out of focus. This is like a tool dolly. I don't know what you would call this. Harbor Freight was selling these for like $8. Really nice. Roller seat, we have that one. And then there's that one. I actually like this one a lot better. You're less likely to fall than you are in this one. That's kind of how I got the scar. Oh, actually it's on this side. Because I fell off this roller cart. TV in here, you know, for YouTube videos or podcasts. Great to have. Maybe at some point I might move it somewhere over here, just so it takes up less wall space and I can stick things that I might need. Because I honestly don't watch it as much as I just listen to it. What do we have here? I'll have to show you a video on how this works. I'll put it right here. No, so that was actually a birthday gift. And then on this wall, we have all our, you know, just tiny knickknacks, bolts, bulbs, I mean, anything, you name it, anything that I take off from a vehicle, I keep it. Washers. I mean, I like to label everything just because, or else it gets too overwhelming trying to find things. So these already come pre-labeled and preoccupied, or like, they already have the stuff in there. I don't know what you call that. But these I labeled myself, and screws, all sizes, bolts. Some of these aren't finished labeling. Like I have nothing in there, but just anything I find that might have use one day. We gotta come back and finish labeling all these. But yeah, my phone does not want to focus today. So there's all that, and there's some more things up here, you know, O-rings, rubber caps, heat shrink, hose clamps, just brackets and things like that, touch-up paint, or also for upholstery. The paints for upholstery are in here. Sorry about the focusing, it's just not working today. I don't know how to reset it. And this right here, this area right here is new car parts. So anything that has to do with parts for maintenance or parts that I find that the vehicle needs, this is where I place them. So there's oil filters, some wipers, some air filters. That right there is just a bunch of bolts that haven't been organized yet. Oh, the clips right here. No, actually, clips are right here. Plugs are right here. What else do we have? So here we have, like, for example, sway bar end links, audio cables for the Mazda 2 that needs a new radio. Here's a new reservoir for one of the Fiats. And then here we have seat covers and then some floor mats. We have a lot of floor mats. Some are, these are just down here, but there's a lot more up there. And then radio, speakers, you name it, we have everything here. And then this right here is pretty cool. It helps you identify the bolts, the size and the pitch. So this is what I use to try to find out where these go. And then as far as these cabinets, they're split into three. So this one has chemicals, oil, glues, and things like that. This one has specialty tools. And this one has cleaning supplies. So I'll go through each one, kind of showing you. And then I have some cheat sheets out here. Hold on one second. Let me open this up, and then there's a lighting here that's plugged into the wall. And so yeah, so we have a brake cleaner, lubricant, engine degreaser, belt dressing, you know, refrigerant, things like that, WD-40, extra gloves, radiator flush, windshield repair kits, extra towels, glues. I'm also hanging some things over here. Gasket maker, JB Weld, oil, typically there's a lot more oil in there. There's like 3 or 4, what do you call it, gallons of it, but kind of running low on oil right now. Additives, transmission fluid, hydraulic fluid, steering fluid, some Lucas, windshield washer fluid, coolant, plastic bonder. So yeah, that's what this is right here. Turn this off. And here are all the Rock Auto magnets that I have. And this one, as I said, is a specialty tools. So I'm not gonna go through every single one, but we have, you know, dent repair tools, fuel injection kit, slide hammer and puller set, random things over here, radio removal tools, PVC cutter, locksmith kit. Please don't rob me, and I'm showing everything. Smoke machine, ozone machine. What do you call that? The vacuum for the AC, right there. The HD camera, boroscopes. A couple of scan tools to make to make keys and you know, check the ABS light, to check the what's the other light? The ABS and the airbag light. And then what else do we have in there? A probe. Some of these are like what does that say? Universal radiator pressure tester kit. But there's also to remove ball joints, and then there's like a bigger socket set for axles. I'm not sure what the last one is down there in the bottom, but they're pretty heavy. Just a bunch of hoses, heat gun, AC lines, air lines, funnel kit. And then down here is like kind of more like grit. So there's wire wheel, sandpaper. That one's kind of falling. An angle grinder. There's a rotary tool I was looking for. But yeah, just random tools. Oops. And then it's a quick to-do list. And then in here is, like I said, all the clean supplies. I want to show you. There's some lights. I guess it's too bright right now, but they'll turn on. Anyways, a lot of cleaning towels, interior sprays, carpet cleaners, drill brushes, vacuum brushes, smart tumbler. I don't know if it looks better if I zoom in. Sponges, glass cleaner, leather cleaner, drying towels. We have a lot of drying towels. Tire shine, polisher, you know, Q-tips for getting the inside the nicks and crannies. A lot of different brushes, nylon, brass, steel, and then there's this steamer accessories, because we have a steamer down there, the green one, and then we have upholstery machine for the cloth seats, and then here's the thing we use the most, the wash wax all, to do pretty much like a waterless clean for those quick turnarounds that we need to do for our vehicles. And there's also clay bar, polisher. So yeah, anything that's cleaning tools goes in here, cleaning supplies. That's this cabinet right here. Some little trees. And then anything that you see up here is just extra parts for vehicles. So that's like suspension parts for the Ford Escape, and some struts for one of the Fiats. Just keep them on here just because they don't really fit on that side over there. And in this corner we have the bench grinder, and I switched out this wheel for more like a polisher, or a wire wheel to polish bolts and stuff like that, clean bolts. And this one, you know, still the same one that it came with. Some more brake cleaner, 5 gallons of it. Not sure if I like it. I think I kind of like the spray bottle, since it's a little hard to fill up that the pressurized brake cleaner tool. But here's the funnel. Oh, this is kind of cool. So I'll put my used funnels in here, and then they just strip down. There's some bugs in there. Some more bins. Not all of them are labeled. It's kind of a little unorganized here. Funnels, gloves. What's this one? Oh yeah, dead bugs. Yeah, a lot of bugs. Here's the other fire extinguisher, and then this is the parts cleaner. Some drip pans down there, water. What's that? That's some, what do you call that? outdoor furniture. Here we can go through some of these real quick. I don't know if you can read that. OEM floor jacks. A lot of stuff for the Toyota ROM that we have. Oh yeah, you definitely can't read that. But anyways, a lot of rubber floor mats up there. Extra parts that aren't very necessary, aren't very needed, but I like to keep them. Then I have this table, as I said. It's like a 4-foot table. So I'm gonna put a video here of the lift going up and down. So yeah, this is where it's controlled, and then we just have a couple other spray bottles, degreaser, tire, wheel cleaner, soapy water, and then just regular water, razor blade, things like that, just for the quick washes. But yeah, that's pretty much the layout. I think I got everything. If you have any questions, you know, as far as links to the tools or what the tools are called, I can try to help you find that. I kind of just want to show what we have so far and kind of our work area. But yeah, this is pretty much where I spend the majority of my time, working on cars. We have a backlog of cars right now. Just it's the slow season. It's December, January is kind of slow too. But yeah, love it in here. As far as dimensions, this is 30 feet wide, 20 feet long, and I think the top is 15 feet tall, but the walls are 10 feet, if that makes sense. 10 feet. Anyways, yeah, I mean, as far as the only thing I wish we made is to have made it a little bit longer, because 20 feet is good for our cars. As you can tell, you know, some of our vehicles are really tiny. But, you know, when I'm working on friends' cars and other vehicles, you kind of do need that extra length. And I didn't take that into consideration when we were making this. So if it would have been 25 feet, it would have been perfect. 30 feet wide would have been great. But yeah, that's the only thing I would have made different. As far as the size of the shop, we would have had more real estate, more wall space. But yeah, I love it so far. I mean, we have foam insulation, and then we have OSB on the walls, lighting, water in here. I mean, there's no room for a restroom, but you can't have it all. But yeah, I love it so far. Yeah, so if you have any questions or any comments, be sure to leave them down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.